riding nothing more than a white horse of armor. And he himself riding on the back of this horse in black armor, because if he rode with the same color of armor that the horse would be wearing, you would more than likely shoot him before you would the horse. Stay with me. I'm talking about the dumb and ignorance. That's why I'm saying that. Well, in great India, always recognize the fact that when riding out into what was known as a war against the enemy, you don't shoot the man, you shoot the horse. Because when the horse falls, the man will fall as well. He's open game from that point. Stay with me. Who cares? You animal lovers, you sit back and be quiet. We're talking about war and what the war is bringing now to you. So you can understand that with all of your would-be so-called put-together world of now in which you believe you have civilized yourself, you better get ready for an uncivilized war. Because that's what all of the nations are bringing to you, uncivilized. No, they're not going to be worried about if you're dressed properly to drag you outside, to place you on a few of those would-be so-called iron crosses that they got built up for you. Stay with me. Talking about decency. You're about to find out what decency is, because every nation's gone through that with the United States of America. They went that route, or they went that way of what you deem to be decency. They have watched you over a course of now history. By your own would-be admissions, they have watched you over 250 years of your so-called history. They have watched you march into Tripoli, carrying nothing more than weapons while everyone else was sleeping at night buck naked and no weapons in sight. And they watch you wipe the land out. Stay with me, you so-called heroes. All of that courage of badges you've got on your chest, just calm down for a minute. Everyone knows that the war in Vietnam, it took a would-be so-called dirty turn, you would call it. Yeah, where all of you came in during a time that you knew that everyone was out hunting you. You decided to go by their houses, a place that was off limits because it was marked with little bitty red crosses. Crosses that said these areas was off limits. But that's where you took your battle to. You killed all the babies and the wives while they were sleeping, only to put those men in conditions and under conditions whereby it was unbearable for them to be able to fight you because they couldn't bear the loss of their loved ones. Stay with me, you lying. Don't make me go there, please. Don't. There's no need for it. Just listen, be quiet. Read your history. It's there. It's in your books. And they didn't see us coming until they saw the flashing of our would-be mullets. They saw the flashing and the banging of our weapons. It was like the Star-Spangled Banner. They thought they seen stars at night because you attacked them at night while they were in bed sleeping. Mothers, children. Stay with me, America. I'm just carrying you to the truth. I know they want to interfere with this. They love interfering with this. This is when they make the greatest escape upon the world, where they bring their heroic would-be so-called leaders, their heroic would-be so-called courage about nothing more than heroes. They put badges on all of them. All of them stand there and smile and wave and give you the salute. And every last one of them still has an umbilical cord hanging from out of his shirt. He disposed of the baby, but he did not get rid of the umbilical cord. It was kind of like a souvenir for him. He kept it. Probably got a bunch of them tied on the end of the butt of his weapon to make sure he can prove to the rest of the fellows how many kills he had. Stay with me. Don't be getting upset. It's a fact. It's known. It's in your books. Read it. We stabbed their squad. We left their squad screaming. We took even their babies and we took them down to the river and we drowned them all. They were scavengers. Savages. They were savages. We couldn't keep them from standing at the banks on Thursdays and Wednesday mornings just so they could cash in the rest of that loot they had. So we had to find some way to get rid of them. Stay with me, America. It's an ugly picture. But you have to understand now, what you're interfering with me or whoever is not going to stop the fact that the whole world now knows exactly what I'm saying. Do you understand that the whole world has been informed now? The whole world does not just hear my voice, but they have true documentation. They have photographs. They have you in the act of doing things. I know, right now, most of the time, I'm wondering how can I help my beloved host, my friend, my sister, my family. I am wondering how can I help her fix those would-be redneck Gentiles, because they don't get it yet. if you are classifying yourself a white man right now, you got a whole lot of trouble with everybody on the planet. Not me. It's not me. It's the rest of the world. And the majority of them look like you, and they know for a fact they're not you. But they didn't do these undermining, backslashing, lying and manipulating, child molesting, raping a boy and girl. They wasn't there. They didn't do this. And they know you did now because they have the evidence. They have all true evidence. The Gentiles shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity because they were unfaithful to me. Therefore, I hid my face from them. I gave them into the hands of their enemies, and they all fell by the sword. According to their uncleanness and according to their transgression, I have dealt with them and hid my face from them. Therefore, thus says me, God, Yahweh, God of the universe, now I will bring the captives of Jacob, and I would then have mercy on the whole house of Israel, and I will be jealous for my own holy name. After they have borne their shame and all their unfaithfulness in which they were unfaithful to me, when they dwelt in the safety in their own land, and no one made them afraid. When I have brought them back from the peoples and gathered them out of their enemies' land, and I am hallowed in them in the sight of my nations, in all nations. Then they shall know that I am Yahweh, God of the universe, who sent them into captivity among the nations, but also brought them back to their land and left none of them captives any longer. And I will not hide my face from them anymore, for I shall have poured out my spirit on the house of Israel. My spirit will be poured out on the house of Israel, says Yahweh, God of the universe. I'm saying this because the Gentiles still don't understand. You are not the Israelites. You are not of the house of Israel. The Israelis that are in that little small place that the American presidents got together and named back in the 1954s, gave them a name, brought them up out of nowhere, gave them a good name, a real name, a strong name, of real mighty people who were already in trouble, who had to get themselves out of trouble. But they lied to them and manipulated them. And now they want everyone to go along with the game, play along with it. Everyone has been playing with this game now for 250 years. America has been lying to all the nations about Israel and where they're at and who they are and what they look like and what people are they and who God does they serve and what's his name. They have been lying to the people now for 250 years of their own admittance, knowing that it's been right at 1,000 years now. All about, some would be now 100 years ago. They began to try to set the record straight by even making it more confused than what it is now. That's why in 1974, NATO believed that they somehow became a nation 74 years ago. By 1949, they had already signed a declaration to make the NATO NATO, or should we call them at that time, OTAN, Satan, with the SA blotted out. Because they were going to be a tough with the organization. They were going to be a tough system. They were going to be a system that was going to bring hell and fire to the earth if man get in the way to even make mention that they were real true cowards. I'm waiting for them to bring that fire. I don't think they can. Matter of fact, I know they cannot bring that fire. Right now, as of 2021, they were $1 trillion in debt. That was their expense, but their expense was debt because they didn't get a penny.